everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Guys, today I'm super excited to share today's recipe with you. I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious pumpkin cranberry bread pudding. This is a recipe that works for the entire fall season, the entire holiday season. I know Halloween's already passed at this point, but it would certainly work for any occasion in October. It definitely works for Thanksgiving and Christmas. This recipe uses pumpkin puree, dried cranberries, loads of warm spice, and we're going to use some half and half in milk to make a deliciously spiced pumpkin custard. And I'm telling you, this one's going to knock your socks off, and it's going to be the crown jewel of any dessert or breakfast you serve this holiday season. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and turn you around, show you the ingredients, and let's get cooking, guys. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to be using to make this fantastical pumpkin cranberry bread pudding. Okay, so big star of the show here, you need a loaf of bakery French bread. This is what I have here, and this is now at this point a couple of days old, just because I bought this a couple of days ago and it's taken me this long to get to the video. You don't have to be that dramatic. Just pick up a loaf that they baked that day and you'll be good to go. All right, now here I have this heaping bowl of sugar here, which is a combination of sugars. I have a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar and 3/4 cup of regular sugar. I've got 3/4 cup of cranberries, dried sweetened cranberries, 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, and I do consider these an optional ingredient. Sometimes I use pecans, sometimes I don't. It depends on, you know, who we're entertaining, if, you know, you want to include nuts or not. You know, lots of people have nut allergies these days. For spices, here I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice mix, and that is a 1/4 teaspoon of just regular table salt. Okay, and here I have 1 cup of regular 1% milk. We're going to need 2 cups of half and half, some vanilla extract, and 1 whole can of pumpkin puree, okay, which is 15 ounces. And then in this big old bowl here, I have 6 large eggs, and we're going to be mixing this all together. But anyhow, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So first order of business is I'm going to get this bread chopped up into 3/4 inch, or sliced up rather, into 3/4 inch cubes. All right, so let's get busy. Okay, so before I start slicing up my bread cubes, I just wanted to show you that I have a 9 by 13 inch baking pan here that I've already lightly greased with cooking spray. And I'm going to be taking the bread cubes and putting them directly into this prepared pan. All right. Okay guys, so I have 8 cups of bread cubes in this 9 by 13 inch baking dish. I've spread them out as evenly as I can, and you can go ahead and pack them in there a little bit. It's fine, don't go too crazy. You don't like totally mush them or anything. But I don't know, you know, depending on how big your grocery store makes their bread, or if you're making your own or whatever, mine didn't quite use the whole loaf. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cranberries and go right over the top. And you know, the dried sweetened cranberries, they tend to stick together, so kind of take a minute and break them up so you can distribute them as evenly as you can, just right over the top. Okay, so wrapping it up with the cranberries here. And now we're going to do the exact same thing with the pecan pieces if you choose to use them. Or you could even do like a half and half thing here, guys. where you put pecans on one half and not on the other half. I do that a lot with my family because sometimes Evan and I want to include things in recipes that we already know the kids won't eat, so we split the difference in the pan. All right, so that's it for the bread part of the bread pudding. We're gonna set this aside and let it sit open, don't cover it, and we're gonna get this custard whipped up. Here is the pumpkin custard. It smells so amazing. And it's a little overcast here today. I'm not sure the camera's really picking up this gorgeous amber color, but you'll see it firsthand when you make it for yourself. All right, so let's get our bready part here. And so what we're gonna do now is get the pumpkin custard over the bread. Okay guys, so here's a little thing that I do, okay? Now I take a ladle and I kind of ladle this custard into a smaller measuring cup. You know, it makes it easier to pour it. I just don't trust myself trying to maneuver with this giant bowl. It's just a mess I don't want to clean up if I miss. So now we're just gonna go right over the top. And we're gonna do this with all of this pumpkin, spiced pumpkin custard. And your baking dish is gonna be very full, and that is okay because this bread is gonna soak it all up. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going until it's all gone, and I'm just gonna pour this custard as evenly as possible right over the top until it's all in there. Okay, y'all, so I've got all the pumpkin spice custard in the baking dish with the bread pieces, and as you can see, it is very, very full, and that's okay because that bread is going to absorb a great deal of this liquid. And so now we're not going to pop this right in the oven. We're going to let this sit for 30 minutes. I've just started my timer, and I've gone ahead and started preheating my oven at 350 degrees. So just go ahead and set this aside and let it do its thing for 30 minutes, and I'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay guys, so here we are after 30 minutes, and what a difference 30 minutes makes. You can see how much of that pumpkin spice custard has absorbed up into the bread. And so now we're gonna put it into our 350 degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes until the edges look nice and golden brown. And just this will raise up a little bit while it's baking, but as it cools, it's going to settle back down into the pan nice and neat. So, all right, into the oven we go. Okay, y'all, well, here is the pumpkin cranberry bread pudding right out of the oven. Now, remember I told you it would raise up a little bit, and it did. And anyhow, as it cools, it's gonna sink beautifully into this little baking dish. And that's how she looks. We are so ready to enjoy this. Okay guys, well, as always, thank you so much for coming on into my kitchen and letting me make a batch of this pumpkin cranberry bread pudding for you. My house smells heavenly right now. I can't wait for this to cool down so I can have a slice. It's later in the day now, so just to be a little bit extra, I usually put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on my serving. But in the morning, if we make this for breakfast, we'll just do like a dollop of whipped cream and a little extra sprinkle of cinnamon. Makes it just perfect, amazing breakfast or dessert treat. But anyhow guys, I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you come back and let me know how it works for you and any changes that you make to it. I'd love to hear all about it. But thank you so much to my current subscribers, guys. Your support means the world to me. I love hearing comments from you down below. And if you're new here and coming into my kitchen for the first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got many more recipes coming up through the holiday season, and I've already got recipes planned into next year as well. I'd love to have you guys here with me for all of it. But that's it guys for this episode, this recipe. I appreciate you. Stay cool out there, or stay warm wherever you are. Stay safe, and I will see you real soon in the next video.